Why is it, guys, that a lot of the media is telling us that Kamala Harris is the favorite? It just doesn't add up. Now, I'm not saying she can't win. Don't underestimate Democrats, man. Do not do that. They are deceptive, man. After what happened in 2020, anything is possible. But still, people have actually lived under the Harris-Biden administration. And people have also lived under the Trump administration. And a lot of people do believe this country's on the wrong track. They know that the Trump years were way, way better. It's not even close. Because, guys, remember after that debate with Kamala Harris and President Trump, there was actually a panel of quote unquote undecided voters in Georgia, black people. They asked them about the economy, and 7 out of the 8 people said things were better under Trump. Now, I don't know what the other guy was actually thinking when he actually raised his hand saying Kamala Harris. I mean, maybe he's just Trump deranged. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. Now, we only little over 30 days away from the general election, even though early voting has started. Why in the world would anybody cast their vote for Kamala Harris? Well, that actually brings us to Harry Enten over there at CNN, man. And I really do like the way he actually breaks down some of these polls. He is now spelling disaster for Kamala Harris because one thing she can't run from, guys, she cannot run from her record. She's in the Harris-Biden administration. Joe Biden, man, maybe Joe Biden is actually trying to sabotage Kamala Harris's chances to win because this man has been out there saying that, hey, she signed off on everything that we did together. I delegated this to her. She can actually do everything I did. Yeah. He may be trying to sink her campaign. I don't know. Also yesterday, guys, for the first time ever during his administration, Joe Biden showed up to the briefing room at the same time Kamala Harris was speaking, and the news media turned away from her to listening to Biden. Yeah. But anyway, guys, we must react to this clip of Harry Enten spelling doom for Kamala Harris, folks. This is good news for President Trump. This is terrible news for Kamala Harris. So let's do it, guys. Right over here. CNN's Harry Enten points to a bad sign for Kamala Harris ahead of election. And it's pretty simple, guys. Look at this. You can see it right here. We're going to play the clip. 28% of the U.S. is on the wrong track. This is according to voters. And look here. The average when the incumbent party, in this case, Kamala Harris and Joe Biden, when people thought that the U.S. is on the right track, only 25% thought it was on the right track. The average to win is 42%. They're sitting at 28%, guys. This is bad. This is bad news, man. Now, you must go out there, execute, vote, bring your friends. Vote for Trump. It's just that simple. And don't go out there and split the vote, man. Because President Trump, if you're going to vote for him, don't go out there and vote Democrat the rest of the ballot. That makes no sense whatsoever, man. You know, it's kind of funny, guys, that President Trump is on pace to win North Carolina, but apparently a Democrat is the overwhelming favorite to win the governorship. Don't do that, man. Don't split the ticket. But anyway, let's go ahead and watch Harry Enten right here. Here we go.
Julia and Sarah were just talking about exploding expectations, way over expectations. Unemployment low at 4.1%, dropping. Seems to say the economy is in a good place. One of the numbers, Harry Enten, senior data reporter Harry Enten is here. One of the numbers we always talk about in elections is, do voters think the country is on the right track or the wrong track? What do the polls show?
Yeah, if we look at whether voters believe we're on the right track or the wrong track, I think that this sort of gets at a problem for Kamala Harris's campaign. Just 28% of Americans think the U.S. is on the right track. And I want you to put that into perspective, right? When does the average, when the incumbent party loses the election, look at that. It's just 25%. That looks a heck of a lot like that 28%, right, that currently think the country is on the right track. When the White House party wins, i.e. Kamala Harris's party, the Democrats, 42% on average think that the country is on the right track. This 25% looks a lot more like this 28%. It doesn't look anything like this 42%. This, to me, is a bad sign for Kamala Harris's campaign. The bottom line is it looks a lot more like a loser than it does like a winner when it comes to the country being on the right track.
Can an incumbent party win with numbers like this?
Yeah, so if we look historically speaking, right, and we say, okay, say the U.S. is on the right track, the incumbent party, when they win. Today, again, it's just 28%. Look throughout history, right? 96, 88, 04, 12, 84. In all of these instances, far more than 28% thought that the country was on the right track. 39 was the lowest back in 1996. We got upwards of 47% in 84. Of course, that was a blowout, right, for Ronald Reagan. So there is no historical precedent for the White House party winning another term in the White House when just 28% of the country thinks that we're on the right track. John, simply put, it would be historically unprecedented.
So is there any good news or interpretation or prism you can look through where Democrats can say, well, maybe it's okay?
Okay, so let's look back to the last midterm, because sometimes history is made to be broken, Mr. Berman. All right, say the country is on the right track in midterms. Democrats had a good midterm despite this. The old low for the country saying that we were on the right track was 27% back in 1994. Of course, that was a blowout, right? The Republicans romped over the Democrats and Bill Clinton. But this particular past midterm, look, just 26% said that the country was on the right track, and Democrats did pretty gosh darn good. Maybe we've entered a new...
Now, I'm going to give a caveat to that, guys. The Democrats in 2022, they technically did not win the midterms. Okay, they didn't win. They did better than expected. But more people voted for Republicans in the 2022 midterms. The Republicans ended up taking the House as well. But the Democrats didn't win the midterms. They just didn't perform as badly as expected. That's a major difference. Now, 1994, man, the Republicans that was the Republican revolution right there. When Bill Clinton was in the White House, Newt Gingrich and the Republicans came in and just blew the doors off in the midterms. Now, that didn't happen in 2022, but we know that people are voting based on abortion in 2022. Not the case now, it seems, in 2024.
Political environment where Donald Trump is so unpopular that these historical norms, these historical measures that we look at don't actually mean what we think anymore. I'll tell you this much. Kamala Harris better hope that's the case, because otherwise this right track, wrong direction situation will not work out in their favor.
The other thing Democrats do say is numbers like the jobs numbers we just saw, they are seeing things improve a little bit week by week on the mark.
Job numbers are fake. They're fake. They've been fake forever, man. Every time they put out the job numbers and say, oh, we created all these new jobs. No, that's government jobs that's been created. It's not in the private sector. This is government created jobs.
Margins?
Yeah, I would say, look, right now, if we're saying, 28% of the country is on the right track, that number was closer to low 20s at the beginning of the year. So it has gone up a little bit. But still, you're very much in the danger zone when we're looking at that right track, wrong direction number. That's where Democrats are right now. They're going to have to hope that there's a historical norm broken like there was in the...
Talking about...
Yeah. So you guys saw that right there, man. Not looking good whatsoever for Comrade Kamala, guys. Not looking good. We must execute. Don't underestimate the Democrats, man. Don't do it. For one thing, man, they got the protection of the media. Folks, if we actually had an honest media, man, just look at the way they actually treated Joe Biden for like 2 weeks. For like 2 weeks after that debate, they started covering Joe Biden honestly. and Joe Biden was crumbling. If the media was actually honest for the most part about Democrats, man, they'll be done. One of the only reasons why the Democrats are still even relevant is the media protects them. But when the media turns against them, they fall apart. Now, the media is completely against Republicans, and Republicans can still win, even though the media goes out there to demonize them. Just look at the way they treated J.D. Vance. They made it seem like J.D. Vance is this evil guy. He gets on that debate stage, and guess what? People really liked him. I'm talking about even people that's not going to vote for Trump. They're like, man, his popularity went up. And all this popularity with Kamala Harris is fake. It's not real, folks. And we know it. She was way, way, way underwater as Joe Biden's number 2. She was more unpopular than Trump. It wasn't even close. And we know that, folks. She was like, in the 20s or like 30 percentile range, something like that. Trump was in the 40s. Even in Trump's last term, he was in the 40s. He was never underwater like Kamala Harris. The media propped her up. So there you have it, guys. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and White Network fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. And we'll catch you next time.